Thank you. We're back for our next departmental budget discussion. We're joined by some members of the public and by Councilmember John Cooper, who is here. I'm Mayor David Briley. I'm joined by Emily Piscini, the Chief of Staff here in the Mayor's Office, and Talia Lomax O'Neill, the city's Finance Director. Before we jump into the budget, just briefly, last year's budget, as you know, was unique. Circumstances were not typical, and we couldn't do the budget that we had hoped to last year. But all our departments have come together and lived with a slightly smaller budget this year, found a way to tighten their belt, and as a result of that and some increased revenue, we're in a position to provide a cost of living adjustment and open range increases and steps to all our employees this year. So everybody will get a pay increase. Our next budget discussion is with the Nashville Fairgrounds Director, Laura Womack. And I know it's been a busy year for the Fairgrounds. That's probably an understatement, a little bit of an understatement. I personally was over at Fair Park and saw folks using the dog park just a few days ago. I was there early, about 7 o'clock one morning, and it was already in use. We've got the new Expo Center under construction. I've been by to check that out a couple of times as well. And we've made the final decisions about the Major League Soccer stadium that's going to be going in there on your site as well. So if you'll introduce yourself and your colleague who's with you, we'll probably have a question or two at the end of your presentation.
I'm Laura Womack, Executive Director of the Fairgrounds, Nashville. And this is Felicia Bowman. It's my pleasure to have her with us this year. Felicia joined the Fairgrounds in August, and she is our new Finance and Administrative Manager, and she has been a breath of fresh air and incredibly helpful. So we're thrilled to have her. Thank you for the opportunity, as always. Every year we come before you and kind of have an opportunity to talk about our successes over the last year and then prep us for the coming year. And as you said, we've got a lot of things going on at the Fairgrounds. The commitment by Metro over the last several years is already resulting in increased exposure and inquiries into the Fairgrounds from event promoters, and the exposure has resulted in inquiries to events, new events at the Fairgrounds that we would have never been able to entertain before. So I think what has been very helpful for us is people seeing those new expo facilities now with walls and a roof, and they're saying, what are the possibilities? And we're starting to see the result of that in increased business. So it's as we expected. So it is actually happening, and we're thrilled for that. Our flea market continues to thrive. We've engaged in conversations and planning with the Tennessee State Fair Association to host the 2019 State Fair, and that is going very well. Our Legacy Expo and consumer events are overwhelmingly optimistic and excited about relocating into the new facility. They see the advantages that that new modernized facility will provide them and are very happy to relocate. Our Speedway promoters are bringing in a new dirt track event to the Speedway this spring. We recently, as you mentioned, opened Fair Park, and we have a lot of happy and exhausted dogs at the Fairgrounds. It has been a resounding success. The 22 acres is an incredible sight to see when you remember what it used to be like. It's a beautiful facility and amenity for the community, as well as providing us needed event and parking space. I'd like to thank Parks Director Monique Odom. I'd like to thank Water Services Director Scott Potter and their teams, as well as, of course, our dedicated and hardworking staff at the Fairgrounds, because none of that would have been possible without a coordinated, intentional effort to do that project. As you know, Browns Creek is a challenge here in Davidson County, and our property has a tendency to take the brunt of it, and that park has done wonders. It has done what it was designed to do in February when we had the record rainfall. So not only is it providing a recreational amenity for the community, it is helping with the Browns Creek water issues that we know are present there. We continue to work with the MLS team and the mixed-use developers in discussions on construction timelines, scheduling, and operational logistics as we transition into our new facilities, and then they take over the site for construction of the stadium, and those have been very fruitful and very productive. All of this, and for everyone who has seen what is going on at the Fairgrounds, is a tribute to the great leadership shown by you, Mayor Briley, Metro Council, and again, our staff for all the work that they've done. It's going to really move the property forward in the future and provide the amenities that our events and the city's residents deserve. It brings us to our budget request, which is substantially similar to past requests. Certainly we have made some adjustments knowing that we are going from 55-year-old very inefficient structures to brand new modernized controlled facilities. So we've made some adjustments there, but I'd like to turn it over to Ms. Bowman just to talk to you a little bit about some of the adjustments that we're anticipating to our budget as a result of the relocation, and maybe a few things that we're still trying to work out.
Good morning. What a time to join Metro government. As Laura mentioned, I want to briefly just give some explanation to our budget. Our overall expenses for the 2019-2020 budget have decreased, or we're projecting that they will decrease. We've had to make some conservative assumptions or projections because, as she said, we're going from very inefficient buildings to brand new buildings. So we're projecting that our utilities will not be as much, of course, because we will be in more efficient buildings. A large part of our expenses was the repair and maintenance lines in our budgets. And so that will drop dramatically when we're projecting it will drop dramatically when we move into our new buildings. Our overall revenue, we're seeing a slight increase, and that's due to we're projecting additional concessions and fees and events that will occur as a result of us being in our new facilities, and talks about those new events, and they're already in the works. So we were very conservative with our projections about what our revenue would increase to. The motor raceway facility, the same thing. We're expecting an increase in revenue. The other thing is we dropped revenue a little bit for State Fair. We've seen over the last couple of years that attendance has not grown over the last few years, so we did drop our projections for State Fair slightly, and then we increased our revenue based on projected mixed-use rent coming in from MLS when they take over the property. In an effort to make our fees and costs to our vendors and customers more fair and equitable, we're looking at a new fee table for State Fair. Right now we have 7 or 8 outdated buildings, outside spaces that all have different fees and structures, and they've been that way for a long time. And we're focusing on standardizing those fees because we will all be in the same building, and trying to get it to where we have a couple of fees for buildings, a couple of fees for outside spaces. We are not planning substantial increases because, again, we want our customers to continue to come to the State Fair and use our facilities. We will be presenting this fee schedule to the Fair Board for them to review and work with us. And then we just look forward to moving into the new facilities.
Do you have any questions?
I do. Can you talk a little bit about events and I guess is the the number of events, if you're seeing any trends on the types of events that are being scheduled or booking days or something. I know that you look at that all the time.
We do.
Laura.
I would say that the number of unique events has increased slightly because, again, I think people are anticipating kind of getting in on the ground floor, knowing that when we transition to our new space. Our legacy events, many of them have been with us for decades. We've had several events celebrate substantial durational, milestones, 20, 30, Christmas Village has been with us over 50 years. So they have all committed to returning. We've already booked them into our new buildings, even though they're not built yet. So those events are in the books. Again, we've had new events such as outdoor festivals that have expressed interest. We have actually 3 events planned for the Fair Park area this fall. And we have new events that we mentioned who have expressed interest, like cheerleading competitions, things that we have never been able to host before. So we do see, I think that's the increase that we'll see is those types of events that we just have traditionally been unable to host. Don't tell Mr. Scone.
Sorry, Bob.
And so what are the events that are going to be in Fair Park? What kind of events are you seeing interest in there?
So this May, we have a big, giant, inflatable obstacle course for adults coming in. So that's going to be really fun. That's going to be, I think, the first weekend in May. And then we've got interest from 2 different music festivals that we haven't quite signed the contract on yet, but it is in the works to get organized, and one of those will be in August, and the other one is transitioning from another location in the city to Fair Park in October.
I think what that might be, but I won't guess.
Well, and traditionally we've hosted the Vans Warped Tour, and that tour has come to a conclusion. They used to tour around the country, and we hosted them for many years, and they have just pulled back on their schedules. So that event has transitioned away from Nashville altogether. So we look to replace that with one of these other events.
And when, kind of where we are in the construction phase and when we think we might be open this summer?
We're actually very close to being on time from our original scheduling for construction of the buildings. Needless to say, with all of the construction, I'm sure this impacted everyone in February, was that rainfall was very difficult for us to manage as far as removing the soils from the property that needed to go and to make room for the pads. That said, we fully anticipate transitioning into the new buildings in probably August of this year. We got a little bit of a reprieve with the transition to the stadium construction, so that gives us a little bit of time with both the facilities on the Hill and the Expo Center, the new facilities probably being open at the same time for probably at least 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, thank you very much
You're
for
welcome.
your hard work
Thank
the
you for
last
having
year,
us.
and thanks for coming to present your budget
Thank you.
today.
Thank you.